So I read something yesterday by Sakyong Mipham, who is the lineage holder of the Shambhala tradition of Buddhism. He said, throughout history, the deepest minds have come to the conclusion that there is something profoundly worthy about being human. Something profoundly worthy about being human. Something that he calls basic goodness. And I love that line, because that's what we're here to examine. That's what we've been exploring, is this basic goodness and how we can touch it within ourselves through the lens of these 7 sacred truths of spiritual power. All is one, honor one another, honor oneself, the divine power of love, following the divine will or the divine life that lives within us, seeking only truth, and living in the present moment. And we've talked about how to use these truths as guideposts for our lives. The result, as I think about Eckhart Tolle's discussion of the dark night of the soul, and then a rebirth, the rebirth does not have to be the result of a dark night of the soul. It often is. But it can also be it can also arise from following these guideposts, from really living from that spiritual power that we're all born with. What I call divine rebirth happens when we start to live differently as a result of opening ourselves to the inner divine. We die to an old way of being, that mind-made existence that he mentioned, an old way of being that's fearful, self-centered, resentful, unforgiving, lonely, self-deprecating, self-loathing in some cases. And we're reborn into a truer self. We're reborn into an innate sense of our own worthiness and basic goodness. We become aware of ourselves as powerful and beautiful and beloved, as loving manifestations of the one life of the universe. So I was thinking about and meditating on these 7 truths, and we've been talking about living from them, and I think they bring us to a point of rebirth. They bring us to a point of awareness that doesn't let us go back into our old ways of being. You know, we are born and then reborn as even more of what we came here to be, as even more fully and completely ourselves, more joyful, healthier, more prosperous, more happy in community. We are able to give the gift that we came here to give, the gift that is unique to each one of us.